Today's episode of Necronomipod is brought to you by Beardology. There are a lot of imitators out there, but there's only one place I buy my beard oil. Beardology beard oil nourishes your skin and won't leave you with that greasy feel. With over 17 cents available in their extensive product line, I trust my beard to Beardology. You can find Beardology at beardology.co. Use code NECRO15 to receive 15% off your purchase. Beardology. Discover the best way to avoid the shave. Cults spread positivity, right? Wrong. Today we begin a two-part conversation about Aum Shinrikyo, a Japanese cult founded in the 1980s that based its beliefs around, you guessed it, the end times. Founded by a charismatic lunatic, Shoko Asahara, we'll discuss how this cult grew to become one of the strictest, merciless, and most violent cults we've covered to date. We'll talk about how they used science to develop ways to bring about Armageddon, the terrible living conditions they kept their communes in, and how much it cost the cult members to move up in the rankings. We'll discuss the punishment they doled out to their members, how they attacked their enemies, and what their plans were for expansion. Also, LSD, diapers, and sex. Let's party, baby. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. If you thought used women's panties were the strangest thing you could buy in Japan, stick around. Shoko Asahara is about to raise the bar. This is Necronomipod.
They're a cult, a huge cult, and their leader is called Shoko Asahara. Now, his real name is Chizuo Matsumoto, and the cult is a mixture between Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, and I have to say some brainwashing. And the leader, Asahara, he's managed to convince the followers that he has supernatural powers, and he also convinces his followers that he's able to give them supernatural powers. So it's a very interesting group indeed. Now, in their heyday, there were 40,000 plus followers. So, despite the strange concepts, to the likes of you and me, it's very popular indeed.
All right, out of the gate, top 5 Tom Hanks movies. In order. I'm going to need your guys' lists.
From 5 to 1?
Yeah, oh yeah. Not like you messed
Not
up
like I
with
did that one time.
with the
That's
horror
what I'm
movies,
asking.
where you gave us the first one, and then we're like, all right, well, who gives a shit now? I don't care what the rest of them are because you already gave us your first one. Who does a countdown list and starts with 1? So top 5 Tom Hanks movies. If you guys want time to think, I'll go first, or I will go last and give the floor to you so you guys can steal all the good picks.
You can go.
Dave, you always end up regretting your decisions because you never think them through.
No, I think I got it. That's an easy one, I think.
You want to go first, Ian, or you want Dave to go?
Dave, you can go first.
All right.
Number 5.
Number 5, League of Their Own. Number 4, Castaway. Number 3, Road to Perdition. Number 2, The Burbs. And number 1, Saving Private Ryan. That's my 5. And I left out The Bachelor, or Bachelor Party, which was a great Tom Hanks movie.
Your and I's lists feature almost all the exact same movies, minus 1. And I have different order.
All right.
What's the one you said, Bachelor Party? I don't know that one.
It's like one of Tom Hanks' first movies back in the 80s.
I don't think I've seen that.
All right, I would have to say
I'm number 5.
Number 5. I got it. Okay. Number 5, That Thing You Do.
I don't know that one.
Number 4, Big. Number 3, Castaway. Number 2, Saving Private Ryan. And number 1, The Burbs.
All right.
Look at that.
Yeah, has to be The Burbs. Corey Feldman's in that shit, too.
He's never made a bad movie, according to Ian.
The Burbs is so great. It's so great.
My number 5 is League of Their Own. My number 4 is Forrest Gump. My number 3 is Burbs. 2, Saving Private Ryan. And number 1 is Castaway, which is in my top 3 all-time favorite movies, period.
All right. So have you ever seen Road to Perdition?
I have not.
It's great.
I have not seen that either.
So what? You guys didn't have Forrest Gump in either of your lists. That was surprising.
The movie's dumb.
It is. It is not dumb.
It celebrates an imbecile doing a bunch of things that's not possible. It's ridiculous.
How is it not possible? He couldn't be a war hero?
It's just dumb.
He couldn't be a war hero? Got shot in the keister?
It's not a great movie.
It's not.
Oh, stop it. It won the Academy Award for the best movie of the year.
Oh, my God. Do you know what it beat out for Best Picture that year, though?
No.
I don't remember either, but it's something really
you
good.
Used to be able to, but you used to be able to name all the Academy Award nominees. What was that, 94?
I think it was 94. It was something really good.
You guys gonna sit here and shit on Forrest Gump.
I don't love it.
Do you think how many people do you think listen to the show have heard the Burb or heard of the Burbs?
Wait, are you sure it won?
I'm pretty sure. Either or he won.
I don't think it did.
I would say most of the
You think
people.
so?
Yeah, I would.
I always
would
felt like that was
assume.
just like a cult classic movie. I didn't know it was like a big time thing.
Oh, 95. Sorry.
I would
Did it
assume
win?
most.
Yeah.
And did he win as well?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's a shitty movie. No big deal. Saving Private Ryan is so good. And I actually had my list complete and forgot about it and went back and was looking through a list.
Yeah.
That movie's so good.
Wait, you left it out? You initially forgot?
I had forgotten about it. I just didn't think of it. And then when I was going back and like looking through a list of his movies, I saw it and was like, oh, that's instantly in the top 2.
Oh, that's right. Pulp Fiction lost to Forrest Gump, and so did Shawshank. Ridiculous.
Forrest
that's
Gump.
absurd.
Forrest Gump is much better than Pulp Fiction. Shawshank probably should have won.
Wait a minute. Did you just say Forrest Gump's better than Pulp
Yes,
Fiction?
not even close. Not even close. Forrest Gump is a fantastic movie.
That may be the worst thing you've ever said on this show.
Forrest Gump is fantastic. Pulp Fiction's good. Shawshank should have won.
Exactly.
That should have won. That's a damn good movie.
I agree Shawshank should have won, but Pulp Fiction's number 2, though.
I don't agree. What else was nominated? I might not even put Pulp Fiction in the top 5.
Really? 4 Weddings and a Funeral? That was better than Forrest Gump.
I've never seen that.
Quiz Show? That was better than Forrest Gump.
I've never heard of that.
So that was the least best movie nominated that year.
And yet it won.
Yeah, well, you know.
And yet it's still probably the top of Tom Hanks's highlight reel to this day.
I don't know.
Oh, it is.
I
Like
can
what he's-
talk like an idiot, too. I mean, I don't... It wasn't great. I got a 75
fucking
IQ,
insane.
and I ran across the country 5 times.
It is one of the greatest movies of all time.
All right. We're going to agree to disagree on this one.
I guarantee you guys are in the minority on this one.
The only thing good about that movie is that Robin Wright is in it.
She's good. Yeah. She's kind of a bitch in it,
Yeah.
but it's all right.
Is that Jenny? Okay.
Jenny.
Who then went on to become Claire Underwood.
Oh yeah.
So that was a really long Tom Hanks conversation. I didn't expect it to get that deep.
Well,
Check out Road to Perdition, though.
I will watch it.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I've never seen that movie.
All right. So we're back at the cults. My favorite category.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and this one is it's a cult that has it still has a corporate structure to it. I mean, this group is worth so much money, and we'll see that that's one of the running things as to how they were able to be so successful and accomplish the scary shit that they were able to accomplish.
And they're a recent cult. Like today even, like they're not one of these ones that started, 50s and 60s or way back. This
Right.
is more recent, modern, our lifetimes.
Yeah, I mean, it still exists to this day. People still believe in Shoko Asahara, so it's very, very current.
Good for them.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure in the pronunciation exactly on this because there's a few different ways out there, but Aleph or Arfu, formerly named Aum Shinrikyo, is a Japanese doomsday cult founded by Shoko Asahara in 1984.
And we're going to go with Shinrikyo throughout the course of this series.
Right, because Aleph or Arfu is what they've been rebranded as.
Okay.
When you do bad things and try to hide your past to come up with a new name.
Yeah.
And Children of God do the same thing.
Yes, they rebranded multiple times. They're now the Family International.
No, we're not those kid fuckers anymore. We're the Family International.
They didn't anticipate the internet coming around.
Yeah.
Aum Shinrikyo would attempt to kick off Armageddon on their own in 1995 with a sarin gas attack on the Tokyo subway system. But before we get into all that stuff, we have to get into the life of Shoko Asahara and the beginnings of Aum Shinrikyo. Before he would change his name to Shoko Asahara, Chizuo Matsumoto was born on March 2nd, 1955, into a very poor family in Yatsushiro, Kumamoto, Japan, who worked as tatami mat makers, which is like the
bamboo mats?
Yeah, for the flooring in the houses.
Okay.
But they were extremely poor. They lived in like a shack with a dirt floor and stuff. They were super poor. Chizuo was born with infantile glaucoma, which made him completely blind in his left eye and partially blind in his right eye. as a child, he was bullied, but when he was enrolled in a school for the blind, that little bit of eyesight he had would be a major factor in helping Chizuo master being manipulative at a very early age.
So he is a piece of shit from the get-go.
Well, when no one can see and you can see a little bit, because
You would think you would use that to help people. Not this guy.
In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Guess so.
Well, his brother was full, because in Japan you get like a government voucher kind of thing for having a blind child and sending them to a blind school. So one of his brothers was fully blind, and they just kind of lumped Chizuo in with that, and we were like, yeah, you can see a little bit, but you know what, you're going to, because
so they got 2 vouchers coming in.
Right. So
I mean, when you're that poor.
yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it, but he used it to his advantage.
Can you smoke weed for glaucoma when it's infantile glaucoma? Probably not.
I'm not sure you could.
So he would basically act as a seeing eye person for the other the other blind kids. And for example, he would lead them to the barber to get their hair cut. But when the haircut was over, Chizuo would charge the kids to take them back to the school, or he would just leave them there standing in the street.
Okay.
So,
What a moron.
he had basically made these kids like his servants. Like they would buy his lunch for him and stuff. Like the whole school was terrified of him at a very
powerless against him.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, no, I'm over here.
Right.
What are they gonna do? Right. I'm not trying to make a joke. But
Marco Polo. Marco.
Now we're making blind
Polo.
jokes.
And I know there were stories too
It
about.
is not funny. We're just as big a piece of shit as him.
Well, there were stories too with him with these blind kids where he would play a game that he called pro wrestling, where he would teach them how to do wrestling moves, and when he felt that they weren't doing them right, he would do them to the blind kids super hard as punishment. So, like
That does not sound safe one bit.
No, he was using this little bit of eyesight as to his advantage the whole time.
Got to use what the good Lord gave you, right?
Yeah.
Amen.
Chizuo was very intelligent too, especially in math. So with these early con artist skills and being very smart, he graduated high school with $30,000 in his pocket. So and
Not too shabby
That's a
back
lot
then,
of that's a lot of money.
Guess we're the fools for laughing at him.
So a few years after high school, Chizuo moved to Tokyo, where he married a rich woman named Tomoko, and they would go on to have 6 children. With funding from his wife, he opened the Matsumoro acupuncture clinic, where he sold very expensive like pseudoscience treatments. The first successful medicine that Chizuo came up with was called Almighty Medicine, which was just orange peel inside a bottle of alcohol solution. He was able to convince people to pay $7,000 for a 3-month treatment of this stuff.
So what's the treatment? You just ingest a little bit of the bottle?
Yeah.
And after like a month when nothing was happening, they'd come back and pay for another 2 months of this shit.
Well, you got to at least pay for the 3 months to get any results. I would assume that's
I guess so.
No give back, sorry.
Yeah.
It's not my fault your body sucks and it didn't work.
Right. You didn't follow the plan.
And at this time, like other cult leaders too, like at this time, he tried to he wanted to get into politics at this time, and he did try to be a lawyer, but like with all other cult leaders, they just really suck at doing normal things in life. Like they fail at doing normal stuff in life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they always come back to this scammy shit. So he did try to branch out into the normal into something normal, but it never worked out with them.
So he's really just a modern equivalent of a snake oil salesman.
Exactly.
With a bottle of vodka or
yeah,
rubbing alcohol, probably,
right.
And an orange peel. Big capital investment there.
But so even though he was really successful with the fake medicines, he wanted more. So in 1984, he founded the Association of Mountain Wizards.
Were they called Amwa? Or, that's nothing fun. Like,
Mike, that's the romanization name of the Japanese word.
His first step with this group was to buy ads in Japan's Twilight Zone magazine, promoting the psychic abilities you could gain by joining this group.
So what was the Twilight Zone magazine?
Basically, like kind of a paranormal, nerdy magazine.
Okay. all rolled into one.
Yeah.
But didn't have anything to do with the show, The Twilight Zone?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Our friend Ed from Pod Van Dam might know.
Get him on the hotline.
Ed, reach out to us if you know Twilight Zone magazine.
In these ads, Chizuo claimed that he could look into past lives, read minds, move through walls, meditate for hours underwater, and levitate. And the levitation was like his bread and butter with this thing.
Like he ate it? He just gave me a look like a dad gives his kid in the back seat when like they're talking too much, and he's just like, "Will you shut up?" A backhand's gonna be coming at me in a minute. I've never seen him give a look like that
I didn't
before.
think I looked at you like anything.
You did.
Was it like a I'm not in the mood for you, Forrest Gump kind of look?
My name is Forrest Gump. You must be Jen A.
You want my pay, Jenny?
No, wait a minute. He didn't say that. It's director's cut.
They did bang and have a kid in that movie, didn't they?
Spoiler alert, but yeah.
Spoiler alert.
It come out 25 years ago.
So eventually Chizuo was able to get a full page spread in this magazine that showed a picture of him in a sitting position, levitating a few inches off the ground. He was able to do this by using a yoga technique where you use your thigh muscles to push off the ground, and just at the right time, the picture was taken.
So ridiculous. It's like David Blaine used to do with his feet, and it would look like he was floating up.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
That would be hard to do, to push yourself up from a sitting position like that.
So that, like, your inside thigh muscle pushes up, so it looks like your whole
So like you're sitting,
body's
like-
off.
Like their legs crossed.
Guru style.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And then
It's
you
gotta
push
be.
up. That would be pretty tough. Yeah. One of us will learn to master that, and that'll be our album cover.
There you go.
Levitating.
See, yoga's evil, just like the Christians always tell you. It's bringing in the devil.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, stay away.
Do they really say that about yoga?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Eastern medicine, Eastern religious stuff.
Okay.
Opening yourself up to satanic possession.
I mean, yoga doesn't sound fun to me, but if you want to do it, go ahead.
These ads were super successful, and eventually the small space, it was like a studio apartment that Chizuo was operating, couldn't hold any more students, so separate branches started opening up all over Japan. And because most of his followers were coming from Twilight Zone magazine, Chizuo quickly realized that basically lonely nerds were the best people to go after. Like that was going to be his core, were these really, really smart, young, lonely nerds, basically.
Sure.
No social smarts, very book smart, but no,
Street smart.
right, yeah, like no common sense kind of,
Marks.
yeah. And it's really specific over there too. They're called otakus.
Otaku.
I love
Otakus, where because life is so busy in Japan and there's so much going on that they just kind of like shut down and just completely like isolate themselves from the world.
like the people.
The people,
They're called-
young people.
What are they called?
They call it otakus.
Otakus?
It's a
Otaku, like A-T,
it's
or...
OTAKU, I believe. But it's
and
a
so
really
they're just kind of like hermits and just keep to themselves and stay in.
Yeah, it's like a
But
big,
then they're really smart.
yeah, it's a phenomenon. Like I said, they have their own word for it over
So
there.
that's a perfect pool to get a cult from.
Yeah.
To get your people from.
Does that translate to incel in this country?
They're not shitheads. I think they just really
They
don't
become shitheads when Asahara is done with them.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
won't
no.
jump ahead.
Incels are just, they're a breed of their own.
have we talked about them before?
A few times, yeah. So supposedly around this time, while meditating on a beach, Chizuo heard a message from God that said, quote, "I have chosen you to lead God's army." And then later on, he met a man in the mountains that told him, quote, "Armageddon will come at the end of this century. Only a merciful, godly race will survive. The leader of this race will emerge in Japan."
Okay.
So God spoke to him.
And this random guy
And then
told
some
him.
random guy.
Just some dude walking, hiking or something?
Well, so the God thing is bullshit, but
Wait, how do you know?
he did
Well,
really go on
presumptuous.
a retreat in the mountains for this yoga kind of stuff, and someone did really tell him that. But it wasn't like directed at him. This was just something somebody said, and it was like a light bulb went off in his head. It was like, oh, wait a second. I'm going to be the one that emerges and is the leader of the this godly race.
But you're sure God didn't talk directly to him?
We cannot confirm nor deny.
We can't confirm that.
Okay, so it's possible.
God might have told him that.
Okay.
Anything's possible with Jesus, Dave.
All things are possible with Jesus, Mike.
Well, anything also. Because anything is all things. Psalms 15.
Ephesians 30.
Deuteronomy 6. I'm out of Bible verses. That's all I got. Leviticus. Did you guys have to learn that song?
What song?
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy.
Oh, that's horrific.
And then we had to learn one from the New Testament.
That sounds very
Mark,
cultish.
Luke and John, Acts and Romans and Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, Thessalonians, Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrew, James, Peter, John, Jude, and Revelations. I butchered some of that, but that's what you got to learn. Dave is terrified right now.
I've never heard that.
We had to learn one for the Old Testament and the New Testament. Yeah. I wish.
And
I
at the end,
remembered.
they go like, "Now I know my Bible books. Drop your pants. I'm gonna rape you in the ass."
It's in the uncensored LP, but I'm trying to sell this at Target. Yeah, we used to have to learn that. Then I forgot it, clearly.
Clearly, you did not.
I'm pretty sure, I didn't remember the Old Testament one. New Testament, maybe. Well, it's such a catchy song. It's on Kanye's new album, probably. You know, the one that dropped a week ago, right, Ian?
Yeah, I was fooled again.
Every time.
Speaking of gurus,
Yeah,
that dude's just straight cult now.
it's looking a little strange out there in Wyoming. I think is where he's at.
Is he really?
And doing all that stuff, yeah. Out in the middle of like a field kind of thing.
It's great. No Yeezy.
So when Chizuwa got back from this mountain retreat, he changed his name to Shoko Asahara and declared that he would be the one to lead Japan through Armageddon. So going forward, we're going to refer to him as Shoko Asahara.
I can't wait for Armageddon, personally. So the rapture will come, all those wacky Christians will all float up to heaven, and all the rest of the normal people will still be here. It'll be awesome.
Is that how it works? I thought just everything ends.
Well, there's still some time, though. It's just kicking it off. We'll have a few good years, I think.
I think, you just take what you want. It's like 7 of us left, really.
You know, I will say,
forward to it.
if Aum Shinrikyo's version of Armageddon just stayed as an anime plot line, it would have been pretty insane. It sounds pretty fucking sweet, but
For an anime.
Yeah, but in
not
real
for
life.
real fucking life.
Yeah.
When
Good point.
yeah, in real life when
Jagovs are running around hurting people.
So after he changed his name, Shoko went full guru mode to give off this godly appearance. He grew a huge beard, grew his hair super long, and he started wearing purple robes at all times. And the color purple becomes like a big thing with Aum Shinrikyo.
He does have a sweet beard.
He he's got that whole guru thing.
Oh, yeah.
And he gained a ton of weight and everything.
He's an interesting looking guy.
Yeah.
I can see why you'd follow him.
Soon after he changed his name, he changed the name of the organization from the Mountain Wizards to Aum Shinrikyo, which translates to Supreme Truth. He blended elements of Indian Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism as well as Hinduism. However, Shoko put a twist on what he was preaching. At the base of all of his Armageddon beliefs was the Hindu god Shiva the Destroyer, who in some interpretations is responsible for the death of all things. Which, Shiva the Destroyer, man, the artwork for...
Badass.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That
got
thing's cool.
4 arms and just wrecking stuff.
No.
That's what I'm saying. If this stayed as an anime plotline, it would have been fucking sweet. He also incorporated ideas from the Book of Revelations along with Shiva the Destroyer, and this is where he kind of gets his own version of Armageddon.
Yeah, so a little bit of this, a little bit of that, pour some more of this in, and here we go.
Oh, this sounds good. This
Taking
sounds
all the
about
crazy shit from
right. Like
everything.
the greatest
right.
hits of all the other cults and what they
Exactly.
believe.
That always turns out well.
Shoko made his first apocalyptic prediction in 1987. saying that nuclear war was going to happen sometime between 1999 and 2003. And the only way to stop it was to have a Buddha in every country in the world. However, Shoko would be the main Buddha that all the other Buddhas would follow and report back to. And if this could happen, or if this could be achieved by 1999 with Shoko ruling these Buddhas from Japan, then there would be no World War III. And he put an official Shoko Asahara guarantee on that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That holds a lot of weight.
He's quoted. That is a guarantee.
I guarantee it. That's a kind of a short timeline to get a Buddha in every country ruling.
12
right?
years.
12 years?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like an easy task.
Well, he wasn't in this just for the quick money, Dave. He's in this for the long haul. He's got to put in the work.
Around this time, Shoko wrote and published the first of many books. This one was titled The Secrets of Developing Your Supernatural Powers. This book is what really made Aum Shinrikyo take off, with ads claiming you will learn how to tell the future, read people's minds, develop X-ray vision, levitate, travel to the fourth dimension, and be able to hear the voice of God.
So that sounds pretty fucking awesome. So what was in this book? Because that sounds fantastic, and I would buy this book.
Currently on Amazon for 99 cents. It's available with Prime.
Well, to start learning this shit, he started charging $350 per psychic session that promised miracle recoveries from injuries and all the above. So,
All right, so that's a good deal. I would still pay $350 for all those powers.
per session, though.
How many sessions till I learn all that stuff?
You're not learning it in one
I
session.
see.
That's for sure. You can't learn how to have X-ray vision and what else did we say?
Not in one sitting.
Yeah, no.
I can't levitate with my X-ray vision and go to the fourth dimension.
Right.
What's in the fourth dimension? That elevator game thing? Was that the fourth dimension? Where you go and the lady
That's
in
right. When
the,
did
in the
we-
elevator game?
We talked about
The
that
Elisa
in the
Lam?
Elisa Lam one. That was one of the theories.
Yeah, the Korean elevator game.
Yeah.
The woman gets in the elevator and you're supposed to not talk to her. Don't look at her.
That's really creepy too.
Yeah.
That game's probably also impossible to play. Whoever has that kind of time to be on an elevator where it doesn't get interrupted by some other jackass trying to get on the elevator.
Yeah, how
You
dare
know what
that?
I mean?
How
Like-
dare that jackass
Yeah.
want to try and
Dude,
ride
get
the
out,
elevator?
take the fucking steps for once in your miserable life.
So I
Fat
can.
fuck. Come on, I'm trying to go to the fourth dimension here. Piece of shit. Fun fact, I'm a big fan of steps. I take steps whenever possible. Elevators creep me out a little bit. I don't want to be in them.
That's good for you. I mean, unless you're going to the 65th floor or something.
Well,
Yeah.
I would reconsider at that point, but yeah, I don't know. Elevators just make me nervous.
Like, have you ever been to the Empire State Building? Did you take the stairs?
I've never been to New York City. It's the one
that's
big city
right,
I've
yeah.
never been to. I gotta
I
go.
would not take the stairs. to
No.
the top
People
of the
take.
Empire
Is that a
State
thing they
Building.
do? Like they take the
No,
steps?
I don't think so. It's way up there.
Yeah, like pack a lunch for that shit.
It's like 100-something floors.
No thanks.
Yeah, fuck that.
No thanks. I'll just look from the
The
bottom.
elevator ride's long enough.
You need to pack a lunch for that too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like we said, he was charging $350 per psychic session to get these promises. But to officially join Aum Shinrikyo, it cost $750. The more you paid, like if you paid up above the $750, you'd get special stuff like a picture with Shoko. But if you had a lot of money and you joined at $2,000, you would get a gallon of Shoko Asahara's used bath water that was said to have special properties, like magical properties. So I don't know if you're supposed
like
to drink that
shit.
bath water or or what you're doing with it. But have you seen a picture of Shoko Asahara?
No.
His used bath water?
Maybe I should.
Google that guy real quick.
I want the X-ray vision. I don't want the bath water.
You
I'm
don't want
still in for $2,000 if I get all those special powers.
You don't want the special magical properties from the bath water?
God damn.
I do not want that.
I do not want his bathwater.
I want to tell the future, read people's minds, develop X-ray vision, levitate, and travel to the fourth dimension. So for $2,000, I'm all in on that.
Oh boy.
And I mean, obviously, all that sounds ridiculous. But by 1988, Aum Shinrikyo had a following of around 1,500 members all across Japan. So he was growing rapidly through all this.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, considering how many different groups like this were in Japan at the time. Because when World War II ended and when the empire fell and state-sponsored religion went away, it kind of created like this vacuum for all these religious groups, especially guru-led yoga, which some of those could be considered on the borderline of cultish. Okay. So there were tons of, especially the guru-led yoga at the time, and Shoko just, through those years, he was like, hey, I can do this and I can flip it big time.
I have another question.
Yeah.
How much do you think we could sell Mike's bathwater for on our Patreon Discord channel?
$3.50. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. Also, who takes baths anymore? Come on.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's so gross.
Taking a bath?
Taking a bath or using
buying bathwater. Probably taking a bath too, but not that bad.
Magical properties. Dude.
Maybe I could sell my hot tub water.
There you go.
A lot of that.
How about just sell like a afternoon in Dave's hot tub?
I would be open to selling that too.
Just drink some beers, watch some football or whatever. Sit in the hot tub.
Do I have to sit in there too?
That's up to you.
Can I just be up in the air conditioning?
Sure. Well, it's almost winter now. It'd be nice in the hot tub.
Much like Scientology, Aum Shinrikyo had different levels to enhance your supernatural powers, but of course that would cost extra money.
Didn't see that coming.
So for $7,000, 30 members at a time would drink 3 spoonfuls of what was supposedly Shoko Asahara's blood to give them enhanced magical properties. And another example of getting to a higher level was a tea that was brewed with Shoko Asahara's hair, and that was sold for $800 a quart.
Oh, that's where you get grossed out, that part.
You don't want to drink tea brewed with Shoko's hair?
I would rather do that than have his bathwater.
I don't think I would. I would rather... What, a drink?
Wait, you don't have to drink the bathwater, do you?
Well, I don't know what they were doing with it exactly, but...
Well, I wouldn't drink that.
Which one would you drink?
I would drink the hair tea, I think, before the bathwater.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Among the two, or between
the two. But I don't
two.
think they said what you do with the bathwater.
Right.
You might just have that as a keepsake.
Just hold on to it.
Yeah.
But the only way to become truly enlightened was if you went through these 20-some levels, because those were just 2 examples. There was I think it was like 21 or 22 levels. You finally get through that, and you pay $8,000 to do a one-on-one sitting with Shoko and drink tea. Members who got to this point would just sit across from Shoko, like meditation style, and drink this tea, but they didn't know that it was laced with LSD. So
should have guessed.
Well, so then Shoko Asahara starts like putting his hands on their head and like staring at them real intense. That blows your fucking mind, especially and you don't know that you've been just been laced with LSD.
It's pretty smart on his part, actually.
Well, yeah, because it's like what's happening to you right now is because he's so godly and transferring
all these
this energy.
Cult leaders are real smart at the beginning, and they fuck it up.
It's not bad.
So yeah, I mean, he would do in like the speaking in tongues kind of thing, and that would just that would completely blow people's minds. Which
we spoke in tongues on this show before.
Yes,
it's pretty cool when God just enters you and you start speaking.
God entered you.
Like Mecca lecca hi, Mecca hiney ho. See, I just did it right there. Speaking in tongues.
I bet you those Christian groups would be a lot more successful if they started slipping people with some LSD on the side and then doing that shit.
They might be.
Yep.
Although if you're believing that shit, I don't think you even need the extra kick in the pants in the right direction.
Boom, roasted.
But so like with all good cults, Aum Shinrikyo started building a compound in 1988 close to Mount Fuji and required members to cut ties with family members and give all their assets to the cult.
Classic.
Yeah. He also threw in classic cult techniques of very little sleep, hard labor, and minimal food like rice and tofu. And I'm not sure exactly what it is about rice, but that is like a cult classic. It's like just this really minimal diet of rice. It like breaks.
That's what Jonestown did,
right? A ton of cults use rice, like rice and beans a lot of time. It like
because it's cheap to get, right?
But it's
and
like
you can get big quantities of it.
And it doesn't really fill you up. It keeps you hungry.
You're malnourished. You don't have the energy to kind of fight against what they're selling you, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this is. I mean, this is completely breaking.
Yeah.
The malnourished and no sleep just breaks you down. Punishments that had no age limits also started in what Shoko Asahara called, quote, karma disposal, which would release negative energy from the person by beating them with wooden sticks for the smallest infractions. And some of this was like when people came in, they had, like he said, everybody had bad karma except for him. So even when like a new person came in, sometimes they would have to have their ass kicked to release their bad karma. You know what it made me think
of? It's like jumping you into the gang, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when I said I had bad karma, I sent that dessert home for you when I was super drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have just gotten my ass kicked.
Was bad karma
instead
from
of
the
giving,
week before.
Yeah. Instead of sending home.
For yelling at Dave for eating a cookie?
Yeah.
No, I thought I did something else.
Yeah, you made fun of people at the store.
I did. I said something shitty. Now I need good karma on my side. It was something.
So instead of
along
helping
those
those people, you sent Dave home with desserts.
I sent
Worked
cookies
out
home.
well for Dave, not the people you belittled.
I'm fine with that.
But I would have just gotten my ass kicked instead of trying to get good karma back on my side.
So anyone who's listening, if you have bad karma because you did something shitty, send Dave some desserts and all is well.
Yeah. I like that plan of attack. It's
and
great.
if you put some LSD in his tea, I don't think he's going to be that upset about it.
Put on Karma Police from Radiohead, and you guys can send me all the desserts.
There you go. If members kept breaking rules after getting beaten with the wooden sticks and stuff, they'd be locked in a very small room for multiple days with only a TV playing videos of Shoko Asahara talking, and it was at like deafening volume.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, just straight up isolation.
Yeah.
That's what Jonestown-ish too, right? With him playing over the speakers.
The loudspeakers, yeah. But this was like isolation and just your ears blasted out with.
And he's on TV, so you have to look at this ugly motherfucker.
Yeah. At this point too, it's important to note, like we were saying earlier, that these weren't stupid people joining Aum Shinrikyo. Like they were getting some extremely smart scientists and engineers, and they were even siphoning people off of Japan's space program and stuff. Like these were really smart people that were joining Aum Shinrikyo. So with all these scientists coming in, and we'll get into the anime and manga aspect of his of how he would promote the cult, but he started using Isaac Asimov's science fiction the Foundation trilogy, where, quote, an elite group of spiritually evolved scientists forced to go underground during an age of barbarism so as to prepare themselves for the moment when they emerge to rebuild civilization. So that plays right into what he's got going on here, because now he's saying, like, okay.
Sounds perfect for them.
Yeah, it fits right in.
Those scientists probably ate that shit up.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
So he's got this perfect blend of apocalyptic beliefs with Shiva the Destroyer and the Book of Revelations. And now he's throwing in the science fiction stuff. And the scientists and engineers were established as like the higher class of the cult. With that, Shoko Asahara would start having them experimenting on members. The first device was called the Perfect Salvation Initiation. And this was kind of like a rubberish cap that members would wear on their heads, and it was covered with electrodes, where every couple minutes a 6-volt shock would be sent into their brain. And kids weren't immune from this either. They got a 3-volt shock. So
well, they're not savages.
Electricity to your head is never a good idea.
Yeah, but 6 volt, that's like less than a 9-volt battery, no? It's not much, right? Like if you put your tongue on a 9-volt battery, it's not much.
I don't think I've ever done that before.
What?
I don't think I have. Is that a thing people do?
I mean, it buzzes you.
Yeah, a little buzz.
But
back in the 80s when we had no other things to do, we put batteries in our mouths.
Hey, you had fun, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a little...
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe multiple.
I just don't think I want to be walking around with this hat on my head and shocking me all damn day. It'll get old real quick.
Yeah, it would be uncomfortable.
What's the point? Just to fuck with people?
Gets you on the same meditative wavelength as Asahara.
Yeah, because
That's the next sentence, Dave.
'cause, yeah, I mean that was what was said, was that it would get you on that meditative wavelength as Shoko Asahara.
Meanwhile, he's just tripping on LSD.
Yeah. So full-time members who had given up everything got this shock cap for free. So it's
like a little coupon voucher. If you give us everything, you get one free shock cap.
Because not everybody was living in the compound. I mean,
Do you think they fought over those like the Willy Wonka golden tickets?
They had members like out in the world too, so not everybody was in the compound. But so if you gave up everything, you got it for free. But other members had to rent the cap for $7,000 a month. And then if you wanted to buy it outright, it was $70,000. And I was looking too, because I'm like, this is a lot of fucking money involved. Like how wealthy, these people must have been. And so I was looking, there was like a major economic boom in Japan at the time.
Okay.
And I guess the scientists were like it's not like America where really smart people don't make that much, like teachers and shit don't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like over there, like they really value.
They were getting
smart
paid.
people, yeah. The scientists and stuff make bank over there.
Did they have any like rent-to-own options in case you want to just dip your foot in the water? You don't want to fork over $70K.
You can lease it.
Yeah, lease to own, rent to own.
So as this continued to grow, it also got to the stage that most cults get to. There's no greater sin than trying to leave the cult. Their favorite punishment for wanting to leave was to hang someone upside down and dunk their head in freezing water to, quote, help clear their mental state.
That does work, though. I take cold showers. That works.
Yeah.
I highly recommend
I think
them.
there's a little difference.
Than hanging someone upside down.
I don't hang myself upside down, but cold showers
and it's not
are
ice
fantastic.
cold water. You're dipping your whole head.
Pretty
in.
cold.
Cold showers are great.
Yeah, I
they're
like
fantastic.
them. Well,
in the summer, I don't know if I'm gonna do them in the winter.
Even better in the winter.
No.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll test it out.
Well, spoiler alert, when there's no age limits on doing things like that, you're going to kill someone eventually. And an elderly man died from this eventually, dunking him into freezing water.
Hanging an old guy upside down.
Yeah. It wasn't great to begin with.
Right. So this was the first death that we know of at the hands of
And this was
Aum
for trying
Shinrikyo.
to leave, like the commune.
Right. The other one that I found specifically was a guy fell in love with a girl inside the cult, and they went to Shoko Asahara and said that they felt that their love was greater than the love of Aum Shinrikyo, and they wanted to leave. I'm like, oh
no.
Wrong thing to say, buddy. What do you think?
Stupid motherfucker.
They put them in boiling water upside down. So
And boiled them alive?
I don't think they died.
Oh,
But yeah.
Jesus.
When I was reading that, I'm like, the balls on this guy to go up
Yeah.
and tell the leader that he found love greater with this woman.
How'd that work out for you, pal?
Mm-hmm. So this guy that died at this time from being dunked in the freezing water, he's the first death that's known of at the hands of Aum Shinrikyo. So a friend of this guy who died was also a member of Aum Shinrikyo, and he was like a holdover from the beginning of the Association of Mountain Wizard days. Like, so some of those people were starting to get a little like disillusioned with this shit that was going on.
He's like, I just want to cast my spells and fly on my broom around.
Right, we're trying to
I'm a mountain wizard, for fuck's sake.
We're trying to do cool shit out here.
Fucking LARPing up in the mountains.
So, I mean, but they couldn't let this guy just leave and tell the police. So they strangled him to death with a rope.
Well, what else are they going to do? Am I right?
So now they had an accidental death and just a straight up murder. So Shoko Asahara had to come up with some way to explain this to his followers. And to explain this, he introduced the belief of Poa. Poa is a Buddhist meditation process that can be applied to someone at the moment of their death or leading up to their death to ease their consciousness into the afterlife. Essentially, like bypassing some of the steps to get to nirvana. So instead of like going through this whole waiting room to get, you can Poa somebody through that state. And it's a slow process. It's supposed to be done to a sick person. It's in the process of dying or something along that lines. But Shoko Asahara told his followers that killing someone was actually applying POA to them, and thus would bring about better karma onto the person committing the murder and benefit the person being killed. So it's like you're getting them to heaven quicker, to nirvana faster, and you're getting good karma for getting them there. So
I think that suggests that you should start killing more people, and it might just get out of control. There's gonna be POA in everyone.
yeah, well, we're gonna get there eventually.
You're enticing me to POA.
Some master manipulators.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a genius way to come up with
Yeah.
to do this, to flip it. Take this ancient technique and be like, oh, you know what? We got a better way to do it here.
Anything you can sell, there's always somebody buying. It's amazing.
It's true. So with the whole idea of POA being involved now, Aum Shinrikyo had an official justification to murder people.
We'll be right back. We like to drink beer, a lot of it. After a long night of drinking and talking crime and conspiracies, there's nothing that wakes us up and gets us ready to start the day better than Just Brew coffee. With a great selection of roast levels to choose from, you're guaranteed to find one that suits your style. Small batch roasted to highlight the unique features of each coffee bean, Just Brew Coffee caters to both casual and hardcore coffee drinkers alike. Since 2010, Just Brew Coffee has worked tirelessly to perfect the roasting process and technique, which has resulted in seriously delicious, always flavorful, and never bitter tasting coffee. If you're already drinking JBC, raise your mug. If you're not, raise your standards. Check them out in social media, and remember, they roast, you just brew. Check out their new online store at youjustbrew.com and up your coffee game today. Use code NECRO15 to receive 15% off your order of 2 pounds or more.
So before we get back to this wonderful cult, just want to give everyone an update on the TV show vote for what I'm supposed to binge watch. This is the last call. Next week we are ending the vote, and I'll give the final answer as to what the show is going to be. Right now, with a commanding lead, is Breaking Bad with 10 votes. Dexter and Game of Thrones are both tied for second with 5 votes, and everything else after that has 3 or less votes. So essentially, it's down to Game of Thrones, Dexter, and Breaking Bad. Get your votes in for those now. But
Grey's Anatomy still has a chance.
Grey's
right?
Anatomy has 3 votes, actually.
15 seasons.
So it's got a lot to catch up, but this is your last week to get your votes in on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or however else you want to do it. Smoke signals.
Homing pigeon.
Yeah, but next week we'll end it up, and right now it's looking like I'm going to be binge watching Breaking Bad. So
What's the time frame you're giving yourself to get through this
I didn't
show?
think I had a rush. I just had to watch it all.
Well, is it going to be like a winter project?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, it's hockey season, so if the Oilers are playing, I'm not watching that night. And then other nights, it's not often that I'll sit and watch like 5 or 6 episodes. Are they half hour or hour?
Hour.
And there's how many seasons?
7.
How many
Right?
episodes
7?
a season?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I think.
I
How
think
many
it's
episodes
7.
a season?
12.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
I could probably have that done. If I actually start it next week, if I started it right away, I could probably have it done before the end of the year.
Okay.
It's definitely one of those shows that you don't want to stop watching. At least for me.
Yeah.
Because I watched it.
I'm sure I'll
as
like
it. Was before or right around when it ended, even I think, or halfway through. I first started watching it. So.
Well, it's not officially the winner yet. I don't want to.
I still have to give my vote, too.
Yet. You have not given your vote. Do you want to do it now, or do you want to do it next week at the official last vote?
I'll do it on the last vote.
Okay. And Dave, you voted Game of Thrones?
I did, but can I take it back and go Grey's Anatomy?
If you want. Are you officially doing
I just
that?
find that really funny if you had to watch 15 episodes.
This is your only time that you'd be able, because next week you can't when it's ending.
I can't.
No, because if it's ending, you can't change. You can give a vote like Ian's doing, but I would say, go ahead.
I would say that's a network show, right? So aren't there like 24 episodes times 15?
That I would need at least until July of next year to finish. At least.
No, I don't want to talk
please
about
don't
that
vote for
bullshit. I'm
Grey's
sticking
Anatomy.
with Game of Thrones.
All right. Yeah. So get your votes in. But next week we'll announce the winner. And if it's really close between like two shows, like say Game of Thrones catches up and the final score is like 12-11 for Breaking Bad, maybe I'll just take those two shows and put out a poll and everyone has to pick between those two. Unless I decide I don't want to watch Game of Thrones and I just pick Breaking Bad because it won. But we'll see.
All right.
So there's that. Get your votes in. You got 1 week. Please don't make me watch Grey's Anatomy. That would just be fucking crude.
That'd be funny shit there.
I wouldn't have time to do the show anymore. I'd have to watch 3,000 episodes of Grey's Anatomy.
Hey, what's Dr. Gray up to this week, Mike?
I don't know. Her anatomy or something.
I don't know a single thing about that show.
I don't either. I didn't know there was a Dr. Gray.
It's Gray.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess. I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
so
I just Grey's Anatomy. I knew what that meant.
Let's hope you can find out real soon.
So now that Shinrikyo had the go ahead to commit murder with the whole idea of POA, let's get into the death of Satsumi Sakamoto. Satsumi Sakamoto was an anti-cult lawyer who, by the end of 1989, was representing 23 families in their attempts to get their teenage family members out of Aum Shinrikyo. In that they were attracting those really smart scientists and stuff, but also with the whole science fiction, anime shit, they were getting a lot of teenagers too. But Sakamoto wasn't having any luck with the police because the police said this was an issue between parents and their children. So to put some pressure on Aum Shinrikyo, Sakamoto went on to local radio shows and attempting to expose them and basically just talking shit on them. And that's one thing like throughout this whole story is that catches Shoko Asahara's attention immediately as bad press.
He didn't like that.
No.
Huh? Were there any other cults? I know we talked about this a couple minutes ago, but any other cults operating at this time to the extent like these guys were the police not familiar with dealing? Like, you know, in the U.S. we have tons of these wacky cults like this, but was this kind of an original thing as far as the cult and they really didn't know how to deal with a cult?
We'll get into it on part 2 a lot, but I think we'll get into it at the end here, but they had some high profile people involved in this as well. Some police, some politicians.
Oh, so they had internal protection.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah, they had and we'll get into it in part 2, but it really seemed like they must have at least had some dirt on somebody really, really high up.
Interesting.
Yeah. But in response to this negative press, Shoko gathered some people from his inner circle and told them to POA Sakamoto by any means necessary. I think the quote was something along the lines of, "Go release his soul at any means necessary."
Jesus.
That's straight and to the point.
Yeah. So Shoko sent 3 of his most trusted followers, Chief Scientist Hideo Maori, martial arts expert Satoru Hashimoto, and Dr. Tamasa Nagagawa.
It's like a ninja movie, sending a hit squad out.
I'm very impressed with myself so far. I'm
it's
just
pretty
gonna
good.
toot my own horn out here that
Hashtag humble brag.
I'm doing good with these names tonight.
Well, Japanese Ian, man. He did his research.
Yep. So, and you know, before I get into this whole story, they were supposed to get this guy by himself, and they went to his office to get him, but it was a national holiday, so they fucked up. And we'll kind of, especially on part 2, as we go through, this is kind of like a comedy of errors with this cult. I mean, it's unfortunate, but they are like a bunch of bumbling idiots when it like the shit that they try to pull off.
Thank goodness, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not in this situation.
Well, not in this situation, but yeah, things don't really ever go according to plan for them. So at 3 a.m., they entered Sakamoto's house to find him sleeping in bed with his wife while their 1-year-old son slept in the next room over. One of them woke the baby up by knocking into something. So Sakamoto walked into his son's room to find one of these men holding a rag over the baby's mouth and injecting him with a syringe of potassium chloride.
Whew. That's the stuff they use for lethal injections to stop your heart.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
The other 2 men tried to wrestle Sakamoto and inject him as well, but when that wasn't working, they just beat him to death with a hammer. And Sakamoto's wife would also be beaten to death with the hammer.
Damn.
Claw hammer?
Probably.
Yeah.
Of course. What other kind of hammer is there?
There's a mallet.
Is it a hammer? Is it in the hammer family?
A mallet? I would think so.
I mean, it's like a hammer.
A ball peen hammer?
Yeah, that's not a claw hammer.
But what about a jackhammer? Does that count? Is that in the hammer family?
Sure.
MC hammer? Does that count?
I believe one of our friends on Twitter requested a show on hammers and named off a bunch of different kinds of hammers we could talk about.
Somebody requested a hammer show?
Yeah.
Coming to
You see
Patreon soon.
Okay.
It was Joe Spazzo. You didn't see that?
Did
It
he?
was funny.
I must
yeah.
have missed that. That's awesome. Joe's a good listener, man. He retweets all of our stuff. He's always getting us out there. Thanks, Joe. We appreciate it. We should give him a hammer show. If he wants it, we'll give him a hammer show. It'd be good. Educate me on all these damn hammers.
But so
What's the little gimmick he used, speaking of Shawshank, that he used in Shawshank to pick his way out?
A rock hammer?
Yeah. See?
it's not a
We're
claw
hammer experts in this room. We've got this.
You're an expert at getting hammered. That's about as close as you are to a hammer expert.
It's one of the few things in life I'm good at, Dave.
So this brutal triple murder, this would really begin Aum Shinrikyo as being one of the most dangerous cults to ever exist, probably ever exist, I would say. I don't think there's anybody in the running with Aum Shinrikyo as far as being dangerous.
With the potential of what they could have, the havoc they could have wreaked on the whole country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Around this time, Shoko Asahara decided that he was going to get into politics. So he had members going out to campaign for him door to door. He lost this election terribly, but it created a huge problem for him. Members that were getting out of the compound and getting into the real world again to do this door to door stuff were starting to see that shit was way better out there than it was inside the compound. And a lot
It
of them,
reminded them what their lives used to be like
they're
before they were nitwits.
they're like, wait a second, we're not walking around in our own filth, eating nothing with fucking electrode hats on. We're just not coming back.
Electrode hats. Yeah, that was a misstep on his part for sure.
Yeah. But when people start questioning things in cults, especially doomsday ones, the leader usually flips their predictions in a clever way to get people to continue to go along with it. Or in like some cases, like Children of God, they just gradually abandon the end of the world shit altogether. But Shoko Asahara just skipped this step completely and started his first attempts to usher in his apocalyptic beliefs by weaponizing botulism. So he just said, fuck this. I'm not going to switch what I said. We're just going to make this happen.
We're going to speed it up.
Yeah.
Was his family involved at the cult and with the cult at this time? Because he had 6 kids, right? And the rich wife, are they part of this?
Yes. His third daughter, we're going to talk about her in a little bit. She, for whatever reason, was considered to be like the heir to the throne. When he died or whatever, she was going to be the next in line to rule.
Interesting.
Why her?
I'm not sure. So this is where they start getting real fucking dangerous.
You mean the boiling people's heads and
Well, I think when you're trying to create a biological weapon.
touche.
So with botulism, the nerves that connect the brain to the spine experience the first symptoms, and then this spreads to the rest of the body, and the person has violent vomiting, blurred or double vision, difficulty swallowing, and speech slurring. And then your muscles become weak, and then next you start paralysis starts to set in, and the person's breathing muscles will eventually become paralyzed, resulting in respiratory failure and death.
That's a pretty horrific way to go.
Yeah, and you can get it. I was reading about it. I'm like, you can get it in food, like food poisoning versions of it, but it can be deadly, but it's not
The same strength.
Yeah, as dangerous as producing it and trying to like spray it on people.
No, you can get botulism if you do canning and you don't can properly with boiling the lids and putting them on and stuff.
Really?
Yep.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah. By April of 1990, Aum Shinrikyo had a fully functioning laboratory attempting to produce mass quantities of weaponized botulinum toxin. Their first plan was to fit a spraying device to the exhaust of a car and just spray this shit all around the Japanese Capitol building, killing hundreds of government workers. Shoko Asahara's thought, which will become a running theme with him, is that Japan would blame the U.S. and this would kick off World War III, officially bringing about Armageddon. It's a pretty grand plan here.
What does that mean, though? I mean, it's not 1941.
That was my
What are they going to do?
Like by 1990, why would they think?
I mean, we were allies at that point.
Yeah.
But they don't really have any sort of formidable military presence. It's interesting. Japan. Like, what are they going to do? Even if they thought,
like, what was his
we
thought?
started,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, those.
What are they going to do?
Americans, we're going to get them.
Yeah.
With what?
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah. I'm not sure if who would have been allies with Japan to back them up. Was there anybody that would have backed them up against us at that time?
No, we are. We're there.
Right, but I mean, would there have been anybody else?
I don't think so.
Probably the Australians, right, Dave?
Yeah. Well, they'll back anybody for the right price.
Oh boy.
Well, thankfully, this attempt, and there was another attempt with the weaponized botulism. So, but thankfully, this attempt and others with weaponized botulism were failures, and that's because biological weapons and chemical weapons are way different to make. It's a lot harder to create a biological weapon because they're better made in wet forms, and it would be kind of tough to just go around spraying some liquid on people without them noticing, like, hey, that car's driving around just shooting liquid out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't travel by air.
I don't know, did you ever walk through a fucking department store and everyone's spraying you with that perfume and cologne?
But that's chemical, that's not biological.
I'm just saying, they're spraying you and you just keep walking through it. Getting all pissed off and smelling like a freaking funeral parlor.
Or like those kamikaze bukkake movies on the street that we talked about before. Remember that discussion?
No. He's over here cracking up and Ian and I are like, what the fuck's he talking about?
Those gonzo porno movies where the guy cranks it and then runs out from around the corner and blows his load on the girl.
Would you call it the kamikaze bukkake movies?
And a kamikaze mission.
But the bukkake, there'd be multiple people, right?
Right. You're right. Sorry.
Okay. Just making sure.
I think we asked Ed to let us know what they call those movies.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think
did.
we ever got an answer.
From Pod Van Dam? Is that what we asked him to?
I think so.
I think you named it quite well. Kamikaze bukkake.
We'll go with
Part 1.
Maybe that's how they were going to shoot get the liquid and attack people.
Start jerking off on people to spread botulism.
Wouldn't be the weirdest thing in this story, let me tell you.
They wouldn't have to jerk off. Just run by the police station and grab their cups of cum from DNA and throw those on people. It's the easiest way to do it.
Oh, boy. That was some episode.
That's one way to put it.
So by the end of 1991, Shinrikyo's following had grown to 7,000 members, and it was mainly due to very successful marketing. They published Shoko Asahara's lectures, a monthly magazine, and their ace in the hole was anime and manga. The anime starred Shoko Asahara as the main character, and like just to put it in perspective on how effective the anime was, the top anime film in Japan around this time pulled in $40 million. So they were pulling in like box office type numbers for some of these, for some of the anime movies over there. Mm-hmm. So this was like huge, super successful for him.
And mangas are like black and white comic, serial comic kind of things.
Right, yeah. I looked for the manga stuff, but I couldn't find anything. There are some videos of the anime online, but they're not translated in English, so I have no idea. But it shows Shoko Asahara sitting in the guru position, like levitating through the air, flying over mountains and shit. Yeah. He's all fucking kind of buff looking with this sweet beard. Like nothing what he really looks like. Right. But yeah. As these members, it was reaching, like we said, 7,000 people, the compounds also grew, and they now had into the hundreds all around Japan.
Wow.
Yeah. The main one was still right by Mount Fuji, but they had tons of them. And the compounds were just absolutely disgusting. They were infested with roaches, which couldn't be killed because Shoko Asahara said it would bring bad karma to kill the roaches. Punishments were being issued where members would have to eat a dozen oranges in one sitting, and if they threw up, they had to eat their own vomit.
And they were complaining about not being fed.
Yeah. I also saw another example where they had to like eat 2 raw cabbages in one sitting.
It's a lot of cabbage.
Yeah, and if you threw up, you'd have to eat it.
Imagine all the swords in your mouth after eating all those oranges from like the acid.
But then when you throw up from eating your vomit, do you have to eat that again? But then when you throw that up, do you have to eat it again?
Yeah, it sounded like you were going to keep it down until it stayed down.
I'd be like, fuck it, just boil my head, dude. Just boil my head. Also throw in some of that cabbage. Let's boil the cabbage. Whew. What would you rather do? A dozen oranges or 2 raw cabbages?
Dozen oranges?
Yeah, I feel like I could pull off the oranges.
You think so?
Yeah.
I can do the oranges.
Is like a head of cabbage big? And raw, is it like, what is it like raw? I guess
Crunchy?
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be very good.
Terrible raw.
But does it taste bad, or is it just like bland?
Bland. It tastes like
Because I feel like that would make it easier to stomach.
But
Like,
if you're
and
already
not throw up.
but this is a punishment. So if you're already malnourished, you're not used to eating very much food at all. You're just eating rice and tofu, like small
That's
amounts.
true.
But a dozen oranges is a lot of oranges, though, too.
I feel like that would make you puke. The oranges would easily make you puke too, being malnourished.
Yeah.
You'd be shitting for days with the cabbage.
Yeah, your stomach would be fucked up.
Oh, I don't know. This is something to think about.
You want to try it? Like, for the fans vote which one you're going to try?
No, maybe you guys should do something. You guys take a vote and do it. I'm going to have to fucking watch Grey's Anatomy for the next 3 years of my goddamn life. I think I'd rather eat the cabbage than... If Grey's Anatomy wins, I want an out where I could eat 2 raw cabbages on air. You just hear me...
Done. We'll absolutely do that.
I would be interested to see how that plays
No,
out.
that's not going to happen because now everyone's going to fucking vote for Grey's Anatomy stuff to do that. That's not happening.
We'll get Joey Chestnut over here when he can compete against you in the cabbage world championship.
Safe to say I would not win. Now, if homie wants to throw down some double cheeseburgers, let's talk.
So the kids in these compounds were separated from their parents to live in their own area. They were extremely malnourished. And in some cases, because there were kids being born into this situation before Shoko outlawed sex, some of these kids were just like straight up feral. Like they couldn't talk. They were just completely like feral kids.
It's a wild scene.
Yeah. Like we were talking about before, Shoko Asahara's third daughter, Reika, was given rule over the kids in the compound, and she was like the heir to the throne after he died. And she sounded like a mini like Hitler almost.
Mengele, Dr. Mengele.
Yeah, she was doing like human experiments on these kids and stuff like putting different
How old did you say she was?
Not very old, teens probably. And putting she would like put different kinds of acid on them to see what would happen. Just really just fucked up stuff, yeah. So by 1994, they had high-ranking members in the government, military, and other high-profile people being members of the group, because like we said, not everybody lived in the compounds, but they were attracting some pretty high profile people. And to get these people, Shoko Asahara used a main cult technique that we haven't talked about yet, which was sex.
All right, here we go. Now it gets good.
So
Who's running their schedules?
in the early days, Shoko's teachings were really pro-sex. And here's what he was initially telling his followers to do regarding sex.
So he teaches, masturbate daily for 10 days, but never ejaculate. Then start masturbating twice a day for a week. Never ejaculate. Then do it 4 times a day for a week. Then 5. Then finally on the 6th week, when you were masturbating 6 times a day without ejaculation. This sounds like me every day of my life until I lost my virginity last year.
You just get to the point of ejaculating and stop. That sounds terrible.
It's my routine, man, up until last year. Then finally, on the 6th week, when you were masturbating 6 times a day without ejaculating, go out and find a woman to have sex with. When you find this woman, put yourself inside her. But don't pull out until you have done 81 flexing techniques. And until you have done 81 flexing techniques with your penis.
Called them moribundas.
Moribundas?
That's what he called them. There's no real thing out there for moribundas when you Google it.
I love that you Googled it. How afraid were you with what you were going to find?
At this point, when I'm Googling what's more effective, biological weapons or chemical weapons?
Yeah, the NSA's already reading our stuff.
Flexing penis techniques. After this, go in and out 9 times. then another 81 of the flexing thing, then 18 thrusts with 81 flexing things. Keep doing this until you can't anymore, and you will have an out-of-body experience, and your supernatural powers will be increased.
Yeah, the out-of-body experience is that your balls are so blue, your sack looks like Papa Smurf at this point.
But at this point, then, like, he's telling you to ejaculate then, right?
Yeah.
The out-of-body experience.
That's when you get your out-of-body.
Meanwhile, she's plastered against the wall like a fire hose.
The thing that I was confused about with this is you just go out and find a woman to do this with. So this isn't somebody like that you know very well, or so you're like, all right, well, I'm going to do this whole just put
6
myself
weeks of blue balling yourself,
and I'm just going to just put myself inside this woman and just start doing these 81 Morobandas, these flexing. Like, would this woman be like,
that? Is that a new shirt? Moribanda.
I would imagine
I would buy that shirt.
As a woman, I would be very, what is happening right now?
81. You're sitting there like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, stop talking. You're going to mess me up. Where was I? Fuck. 1, 2, 3. And you got to get to 81.
Can you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to get supernatural powers right now.
80, why don't you just stop talking? 67, 68, 69. Oh, blew it. Got to go start the 6 weeks all over again.
So that was at the beginning of Shinrikyo, and that was like, you know, luring in these high profile people. But come back to the 90s, 94, followers were no longer allowed to have sex. And the ones that were caught were forced to wear dog collars and only walk around on their hands and knees and eat scraps off the floor. Masturbation would land you a week in solitary confinement. But of course, none of this applied to Shoko Asahara, and he slept with as many followers as possible.
Oh, of course he did.
Yeah.
So what brought about the change?
I think it's just that cult rule kind of thing. Just
get them in with
down.
the one way and then change everything up to kind of lock them down.
Just crack down on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like I said, those two people said that they fell in love.
It's like, we're not going to have any more of this.
That ain't happening.
He should have kept this going. What woman's going to fall in love with a guy that does 81 masturbatoros?
Morobandos.
Sorry, it was 6 weeks of masturbatoring, and then it was morobandos.
That's funny. Not today, masturbatoro.
So we got all kinds of shirt ideas going on today. Masturbatoro extraordinaire.
It's like got white splotches painted all down the wall. It replaces the pew pew pew.
Yeah.
Pew. Splat splat splat.
My face hurts.
So the final staple of almost all cults is drugs. And just like with Jim Jones, when things get to a certain point, most cult leaders turn to drugs to keep themselves going. And Shoko Asahara's drug of choice was LSD.
He looks like it too.
Eventually, Shinrikyo scientists would manufacture enough LSD to equal 5 million hits. They were just mass producing this.
Damn.
And it was this shit was so strong that followers wore diapers while they were on it because they would just piss themselves from tripping so hard. so just like picture it. This is this filthy compound. You're just wearing this rubber hat full of electrodes and just blown out on LSD at all times.
Life sure is great for these people.
Are there any pics from back then inside the compound?
I don't think so, no.
Because I'd like to see that.
Googling it.
It's just some cults, or a lot of cults, you can look at it and be like, oh, you know, why don't you get out kind of thing. But at this point, it's like people are just fucking wrecked on LSD and wearing these electrode hats. It's like
they're out of their minds at this point. It's like there's old video of Jim Jones and Heaven's Gate and all that stuff. It's just I've never seen any old video of these guys.
I'm not finding a lot.
TV appearances with Shoko going on to
really?
Yeah, doing like putting his hands on someone's head to heal them kind of thing. Yeah. He's kind of like I'm trying to think of a person that he would go on like Japanese talk shows. I'm trying to think of someone that would equal that in America. like daytime talk show guy that would be like
Jerry Springer.
Yeah, but like a guest that they would have on or something that did something weird. Like people in Japan the majority of Japan looked at Shoko Asahara as like this kind of sideshow daytime TV guy that did this had the faith healing shit. That's why when we get into part 2 and what goes down and when all this comes out, it's like, oh wait, that weird guy from the
I remember that guy.
Wait, he was gonna kick off Armageddon here. So, but as you could imagine, with this scene, with just being just ripped up on LSD and trying to weaponize botulism, there were tons of accidents, which resulted in a lot of deaths around the compounds. So they would cremate these bodies, and at first using a device that Shoko invented called the, quote, the final cleaner. This thing shot air through a floor that was covered in blazing hot sand that would fully cremate someone in 30 minutes.
What the fuck is that?
But they settled on a device that was like a refrigerator-sized machine that they called the microwave. The dead body would be placed in a metal barrel and then put inside the microwave, and not long after, the body would basically melt down and then crust to the sides of the barrel, and then they would just like kind of break off the crusted remains and mix it with acid and then flush it down the toilet.
Wow.
Yeah. It seemed like the final cleaner was more effective with the sand, but they went with the microwave.
Can you imagine having to do that? Scrape out that barrel?
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And terrible.
Yeah. So as cult members mysteriously kept disappearing, which died, Shoko Asahara would start to ramp up blaming the U.S. for these disappearances. And with this, the cult had an enemy. And at this point, every classic cult trait has been checked off the list. But the biological weapons failed. So Shoko Asahara turned to Russia for help. And that's where we'll pick up for part 2.
Russia. Oh, boy.
This story is nuts.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's all I have to say. I suspect it's going to get even more nuttier.
Yeah, next.
Flushing remains down toilets.
Eating oranges. Eating cabbage.
Taking a lot of LSD.
Pissing yourself.
People just give up their lives and follow this shit.
Electrode hats.
Diapers.
Went from learning how to gain X-ray vision and levitating to now we're going to weaponize botulism. If that doesn't work, we're going to head over to Russia. And
it would be a hell of an anime, man. If
this
it was
would be
simply
sweet.
Just that.
Yeah, this would be sweet if it just stayed as a... The belief system would have been sweet if it just stayed as an anime.
And I'm sure shit's going to get wilder next week.
Yeah, for sure. Next week we're going to... Shoko Asahara is going to buy a full-blown military helicopter from Russia that is equipped with missiles and
because this is the kind of guy who needs that kind of stuff.
Big old rail gun on the front of it. And,
shit.
And yeah, and I'm gonna save it for part. I'm not even gonna put it in the outline. I'm gonna want you guys to have to guess where they tried to learn to fly that thing.
Okay, be a fun little game.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, Ian, you got anything else on part 1 of Shinrikyo?
Nope, that's it.
Dave, you got anything to add to this?
Nope.
Fun little terrible story.
Can't wait for part 2.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Next week.
Exciting times, guys.
So quick shout out to our recent patrons, Alexandra, Amanda Fries, Bonnie Morris, Chris Van Benthusen, Jake Stasevich, Jenna, Josh Hall, Casey Gale Whitaker, Mandy Covert, Michael Madsen, Missy D. Bynum, Mitch Smith, and Nick McGee. Again, we are on Patreon, patreon.com/Necronomipod. 3 bonus episodes a month, private Discord, chat room with all of us. And if you're interested in signing up, you can get onto Patreon, and the link is on our social media profiles. We'd love to have you guys. So thanks to all the patrons who have signed up. We really appreciate it. Ian, what else you got?
Shout outs for iTunes. I have Chelsea R83, Born with Class Designs, and GDGHI. And Born with Class Designs sounds like they have a really cool mom, because their mom got them into the podcast. So.
Oh, yeah.
Way to go, Mom. Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, Dave, you got any social shout outs?
From Instagram, Chelsea Wheeler. Thanks for repping the show. Appreciate it.
Also, shout out to Chelsea, who painted us an awesome Necronomipod sign that's going up in our studio. Thank you for that. And then also patron Kelsey, who sent us a whole bunch of fun gifts, made us some stuff. We got that all now displayed in our studio, and I think it'll be featured on the blog at some point when we get that out as well.
There you go. Good stuff. Thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks both of you ladies for the gifts. Yes. Badass. On the socials, you can find us at Necronomipod. Check us out there. We love to interact with you guys. Let us know what show you want me to binge. Right now, Breaking Bad's got a commanding lead. At this point, I hope it stays that way.
All right.
That's one point of view.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.